All right, welcome to some flying tonight with us, the monkeys. I am Mr. MoonDog. I am flying with Draco 411
Hello.
and Zigzaggy,
Hello.
and we have one of our regulars, Andrew,
Hello.
flying with us, and the three of us are leaving KSUS. Andrew's got a VA flight, so he'll sort of meet up with us in the air, then crash, and then land somewhere off in the distance. As we fly from KSUS to KOSH, which is Oshkosh, that was suggested by Joe. We're dragging our feet in hope that Joe would be here because it's his home airport. He knows where everything's at. We can land and he'll give us a tour, maybe. So we're in the Phenom. I'm in the Phenom. We're all in the Phenom. Well, Andrew's in a 737, so. And some of us were running late because some of us was doing charity work, and we're going to throw up there a picture of Mr. Zigzag getting cream pied in the face.
Hey.
That
So,
didn't sound.
well,
Yeah.
did,
Can we
did-
rephrase that?
we'll rephrase that. He got pies of cream, or
Whipped
however you
cream
want,
pies.
whipped cream pies in the face for
Yes.
charity, and yeah, it's now in the video there, Zig.
It was for my. I'm
Yeah.
a Cub Scout leader, and for my boys who sold $400 worth of popcorn for fundraising, they earned the opportunity to smash a whipped cream pie in my face, and there were 19 boys that got to do that.
So did you get 21? Because I did ask you to make sure you got 2 extra, 1 for Draco and 1 for me. No? Okay.
Sure. Yeah. I'll be smelling whipped cream for about 2 days.
So, yep, and now that is permanently removed from the stream, so it can't come back up again. So, and aviation, you wasn't first. I was here first. So, let's. Well, you know, there's a small process. It's not much to do, but the big thing is to set up the flight plan. So, we're flying. We're taking off. It's local time 15:40 or 45.
What, you're up and running already?
No.
You ready to put in the 5? Oh, okay.
No. I'm just
I was
saying
like,
it's
man,
gonna.
you're on. Yeah. Okay.
It is a bit of a process. It's not terribly.
No, it's not too bad.
Terrain system test okay.
And is it?
test
I do that. I'm double checking. Yes, I do have all the mics on. They are working.
Oh, good idea. Let me double check. I'm not used to do. Okay, yeah, I thought I did, but
Yeah.
I'm not used to, having the new intro. I'm not used to having to click that over. That's still a pretty new deal for me.
Right. And the only reason that we check that is because we're running with the mics closed so that we can't be heard with the other stuff that's going on in the background while we're setting up.
All right. So
I don't want emergencies. I've got
That bus time.
normal thing.
Gen 1 and 2 switches.
Pumps, crossfeed. Shields off.
Those are them up.
Gears down. Off. Auto. Both. Dumps out. Auto. temperature, 5 Celsius, so we don't need that much heat right now. Although we are going up
Anybody
to
got the
Wisconsin.
LFE?
What?
Wait a minute,
Anybody have the
you're
LFE?
that far ahead already?
Yeah.
Look it up on the one tab in here. Know how to do that?
Hold on, I'm having engine problems. There we go.
Fire. Fire. Fire.
Your first
Fire.
here, Andrew?
Yep.
I mean, I get it and I don't get it. What's the big deal with being first? As long as you're here, I'm happy you've made it.
Some people are childistic, they have
Oh,
to
hey.
be first in everything.
There's
Okay.
Dan.
Dan, who's never first, but is always around to make sure that you know he was here. How are you doing
I
today,
can't,
Dan?
I can't find LFE.
Okay. Hold on, I'm almost there. All right, if you the outer wheel, FMS wheel, so that it comes up with airport, click over top the inner button, and then you can put in airport code at that point.
Oh. What?
Okay. On your FMS,
Yeah,
the scroll wheels, the outer one, the big one,
yeah.
rotate it once to the right, so that then it'll come up and it'll say airport on the right hand side.
Yeah.
Then click the inner one, click on the button itself with the left button. Then you can scroll and change it so that it says KOSH, and then press enter and it'll pull up the airport, which then will have altitude of 808 feet. And then remember to left click on that inner wheel again so that you're got mouse control or the FMS control.
808.
Mm-hmm. Pattern altitude 1,800 and
Quantity's full. And door shut.
Alright, I am
GPU is
taking off of
disconnected.
St. Louis. I'm going to Milwaukee. I'll see you guys at Oshkosh.
Okie doke.
Sucks to be me. Sucks.
Right engine starting up.
Three 3010.
As that starts up, we can go put in our LFE. Outside it's 5.
I'm seeing 10 right now.
Daggum, somebody unchoke her.
Draco might have. He was in that mood yesterday, so.
Why? What was the LFE? Did you guys
Stall.
find?
808.
right back. Gotta get the dog.
Time to get the dog. Time to make the donuts.
And then refill on coffee.
And then
Time to
refilling
jerk the
coffee.
chicken.
And 10. To the right.
So, this is gonna take a while.
Bike plan.
It's not too bad for clouds. Cloud level on my side's between 3,000 to 6,000. Probably, I don't know. Say broken about. Maybe overcast in some areas.
Alright, I'm pushing back. Runway 8 right.
Up by Zig. Taxi. Runs. Control. It's flaps.
Nice.
6.8.
It's just my mug, don't worry. At least my drink with my coffee.
Take off. Bike plan.
At least I have ILS, an ILS frequency,
Yeah.
if it works.
What, at Oshkosh?
Yeah. But it's only for runway 36.
Well, yeah, that's the long one. That's like 8,000. Because 09 and 27 is like, I think, 6,000.
Well, based on winds, it's giving me runway 23, 27, 31, 36.
EIA.
No, I think you can land on 3-1. It's only 3,060 feet long.
I'll land wherever they tell me.
Nah, bro, you gotta work on that short field. That phenom.
Oh, believe me, I landed on some short fields.
I have two. I don't remember what airport it was called, but it was one in like, I think Argentina or something. It's like one of the really short runways that's like on a hill, basically.
I saw it an airfield in Barrow, Alaska. It looks like it's fun to land on. It's literally on the side of a mountain, and on one side it's the mountain, and then 3 other sides it's nothing but water.
Hmm.
Okay, flight plan's done. Checklist, so we're good that way. Push back.
Alright, I'm sitting down here waiting on you guys. And 10.5.
On.
I'm gonna be uninstalling EasyDock after today.
Having that many that bad of issues with it.
I don't know why all of a sudden it's just gotten like unbelievably flaky. Maybe I need to uninstall it and reinstall it or something. I don't know. But it is just, I mean, it used to occasionally glitch out, but man, here lately it's just been.
Alright, well, there's MoonDog taxiing.
Taxiing.
And then,
Yep,
yeah,
taxiing.
Now it's not working.
Have both engines. Yes, I do. Felt like I had a slight push on this thing. I do. What is going on with it?
Let's go watch MoonDog taxi in circles.
No, I'm taxiing correctly. It's like the joystick is out of calibration. I had that same issue with the helicopter I was flying earlier.
How you doing, Zig?
I'm pushing back.
Where's it got you going?
I'm headed over to 8 left. Or 8.
Spot got me going into this plane right behind me.
All right, let me.
I'm holding short of 8 right.
I think that's where I said I was going.
Holy crap, the tailwind. Actually, it's more like crosswind right now.
As long as the wind's not pushing you to the ground, it's a good wind.
Mm-hmm. Well, right now I'm looking at the
Yeah.
wind is at 263 at 70 or 97 knots actually.
It's got me going to 8 right.
You got a long taxi, because I think you're on the other side of the airport.
Could be.
Where the heck?
You're welcome.
No, I'm trying to read.
Please come again.
Draco's back. Can't be too long of a taxi. Spirit of St. Louis isn't that big. It's not like taxiing around Denver. You feel like you taxied halfway to your destination.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I know how that feeling is.
Like if I was piloting a plane flying out of Denver, after the taxi, I'd have to stop and take a pee before we started the flight.
Why
Or is that what
is
the
it doing
Gatorade
it?
bottle is for?
Come on. I'll be there. It's not the flight stick. I only had one
Gotcha.
engine. I only had one engine running.
You didn't bother to look at your engine gauges to say,
No, I looked down at the knob. They were both in the center with the run, not. In the run position, not that.
damn, MoonDog, you going to take off on the taxiway?
Shush! Quit watching. Just go look at your stuff.
Well, he's got
there.
2 engines now. He can go faster.
I got it running now. Yeah.
What would have been really funny is if he hadn't have just noticed and tried to take off with one engine. I would love to see how that worked out for you.
No, the next thing was I was going to go into flight sim and make sure it was reading all correctly. And then I was going to start. It's a process. I should have actually started with looking down, going, yeah, okay.
Check your gauges first.
First, yeah. I should have started with gauges first, because that would have been the correct thing.
Slow down, MoonDog. Jesus.
I'm.
Bro, he
Doing
doesn't want to
28.
do it.
Speed it up. Go faster.
Oh yeah, and then there's me and my like 7.4 yesterday. I was doing 30 for taxi and it felt so slow.
I had no thrust on there for half of that. It was just still rolling.
Saving fuel, were you?
This is 8 right.
Yeah.
It told me 8 left and still directed me here. No, it does say 8 right. Okay. Oh, I'm good.
Maybe it was just because it thought it'd take you here since you only had one engine going.
No, I'm just
You're
trying to. No,
Figured you were
I
playing
no,
NASCAR and only doing left-hand turns.
no,
Can I get a left turn?
no. It was the American Pacific flight that was ahead of me that they gave taxi and hold to runway H left. So I'm good. I'm set. Let's go.
Takeoff.
What?
Okay.
I'm good too.
Fly runway heading. Climb and maintain 11,000.
Really? I had to fly runway heading and maintain 5,000.
I'm
Good.
going up to 7.
Well, I'm up here at 30 right now.
Well, aren't you special?
Mm-hmm.
What is it
Yeah.
here? Is it 78 or 79 for actual for runway?
I don't know.
Let me
78.
look it up.
78. You can look it up. I'm pretty sure it's 78 or 79, but I wasn't sure which one.
Nope, it's 74.85.
Yeah, well, I'm on a heading of 78, so guess what?
Close enough.
And why is
You clear, Draco?
Just doing my thrust assurance. Rolling.
They see me rolling.
They all be hating.
that's it? 6 things now. Music voided now. Won't be able to get no profits off of it.
What are you talking about?
Wow.
They're over here singing.
Oh,
Wait a minute. Did you both? Oh, you're out there already too. Okay.
Okay, so Zig and Draco are in an F-22 Raptor while MoonDog is in a Skyhawk.
that's weird.
Thanks, Join FS.
Yeah, because I was going to say we should be pretty similar there, I would think.
Yeah.
So we're all flying in exactly the same plane. Alright.
Mm-hmm.
That was a little sketchy takeoff there, I'm not gonna lie. I've been doing so many VA flights, I kept waiting for it to go V1,
Rotate.
and I'm like getting all skittish, running
V2.
balls to the wall down the, we turn on altitude hold. The VZ.
Laps. Gear Zig.
Go with that.
Clearance rolling out. We're not going to stop because we already did thrust assurance and we've got everything set. It's rolling out. Hit the timer. Kicking
Come
in
on,
the
you
butt.
stupid thing. Not 4,000. How about speed? Come on. What is going on, you stupid thing?
80.
Gear down, question mark.
1.
Yep.
Up. Laps 1. Up.
Is it heading?
Yaw.
All right. Nice smooth takeoff.
Heading. Knowledge.
not going up.
Oh,
There we go.
Did you hit VS?
Yeah. I don't have a VS. Oh, yeah, I did. Well, I had to pop the screen up so I could read it.
Mm.
Zero. What did it tell me to do? 005.
Stream complete. Stream resumed. Thank you, Flip OBS, and there are people going to be having talking. Stream resumed.
Okay, now we got things sorted, I think.
I'm to maintain 13. That's good. We're set there. Yes.
I was thinking I'd forgotten how to fly this plane.
Well, it has been like ages since you've flown it.
Well, it's kind of hard to fly when you're half dead.
Yeah. Well, .2.
035 on navigation.
A little bit of turbulence.
Mm-hmm.
015.
Now we do the radio dance.
Yep.
Hey, my car life.
Been at
Welcome back.
30,000. Oh.
And we should be able to click over to nav. Wait, oh, it's got me on the wrong leg. Ah, dang it. Always something.
Click nav.
And
Oh, get out of there. Come on. Is that right now? Alright, now we're back. Oh. Got the proper leg activated there. When I clicked over to nav, it was one waypoint behind.
oh, yeah.
Climbing up to 230.
Well, I just gave everyone in the back a barf bag usage because I got up to 13 and it was still climbing, but they gave me clearance to go the rest of the way up. And as I was hitting it, changing the altitude, it said, "Oh, we're above where we should be." So it started to dip down. So it got that, like you crest a hill and you come back down on the roller coaster light feeling. Everyone in the back probably had that.
It's at 18,000 and above. You switch over to 2992, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I might check those out, My Car Life, if I can find some time.
And once you're above 10,000, lights come off.
I knew
Landing
that.
lights.
Yeah, which I just did at 13, so, or 16.
Well.
Hey, they got off at a certain point. They weren't on the whole time.
Down to 210.
So if I pull this over and we take a look at this map on active sky, ahead of us we have Draco, Zig, myself, and Boeing 738. Is that you?
Nope.
No.
I'm over by Chicago already, descending.
Oh, well, you definitely took off in a hurry, didn't you?
Then how did you know what we looked like to you if you were that far away from us?
Because I can go on Join FS and then hit View.
Well, aren't you special?
Well,
Mhm.
see, it sounds like he is. Pulling a freaking Zig.
Yeah, you can just go to Views and then View Mode.
What do you got? Your gear down?
Nope.
Here.
Flaps was
Yeah.
still at
Flaps
flap 1. The flap was still at flap 1.
Well, now that you say that, let me look. Okay, mine are. Yeah, I'm at flap 0.
Minus 25 degrees.
I'm seeing Draco at flight level 230.
Yep, climbing again. Get up to my cruise altitude.
And I think Zig's behind him at like 16. He just popped out of the cloud right now. And MoonDog and his Cessna is in the clouds probably.
Up on
Fastest single engine Cessna ever.
Oh no, that was... I don't know what Zig was in, but his Cessna was in low orbit and just... I don't even know. That was the fastest and most performant Cessna I've seen. It's got a jet engine.
I'll tell you what though, if you forget something like flaps and you're up at this height, then you know, you take the flaps off, you give it a little bit of extra gas, this thing will respond.
Oh yeah, it goes.
The 737 that I've been learning, no, you gotta wait like 45 minutes for it to go. Oh yeah, we can move a little bit quicker now because you've had it at the freaking tip of point of stalling.
Well, it is a slightly larger plane.
It is a slightly larger plane. It is
Slightly.
also slightly larger flaps, and it's slightly loaded down with a heck of a lot more weight, you know, with, you can say,
Slightly bigger engines.
No, I was going to say slightly bigger people, but you know, that's
Those
an
two.
overassumption.
That's Southwest for you.
I have been flying Southwest colors on the plane lately. That passed 25,000. Leveling off at. cruise
Hey,
altitude
MoonDog,
of
you're higher than
25,500.
me.
Doesn't surprise me. The only one that got to altitude probably faster was Draco, but he took off before I did.
Yeah, I'm at 25,000.
You're 25,000. You're at cruising. You picked 25.
Yep.
I went to 25.5 and I'm 25.440, so close enough. Look at that. We've been in flight for 12 minutes.
What's your cruising speed there, Draco?
246, just about 247.
Half the speed
Oh.
of smell.
Is
It's
it
still climbing.
still climbing? I was wondering, did you check performance for what we should be at, or
No,
no?
it's a short flight. Got plenty of fuel. Put the balls to the wall and see what happens.
Oh well, I mean that works because
And by balls to the wall, I mean I got my throttle set at 80%.
Yeah, I'm at 86, but I'm still climbing. I still got 5,000 feet to go.
I still got 10,000 to descend. Hey Ziggs, what type of coffee you got?
Michelob and Amberbach.
Hmm.
doesn't sound like anything Maxwell House would put out.
That sounds more like a Folgers.
It's a German styled coffee.
Okay. Is it a little bit darker than like normal ones, but not like Heineken dark?
It's a medium.
Okay.
You've never had a Bach style lager?
Not really. It's been a while.
One of
Alright.
my favorite kinds is Shinerbach.
Oh, I love me some Shiner Bach. That's right, you're a Texas guy. You know what that is.
Yeah, we.
49 miles from
Fruit in
PIA.
Texas.
Yeah, I know. In Shiner.
Yeah, I used to haul it up to Denver.
62.
Yeah, I had cousins that lived in, well, I have one in Wichita, and then his folks lived in just outside of Dallas, and then his
You
brother
got
lives
cousins
in
where? Wichita Falls or?
Wichita, Kansas, and
Ah.
then his parents lived just outside of Dallas in Rockwall,
Yeah.
and then and his brother lives in Houston. Haven't been down to Houston, but anytime you go down that way south, like here you can go to any bar here and they'll have Budweiser and Bud Light on tap for sure, without
Yeah.
fail. Down there, and you know this, it's either Shinerbach or Dos Equis on tap for sure.
Ziegen.
Oh yeah,
Ziegenbach too.
could be. I'm not familiar with that one, but
It's one that's put out by Anheuser-Busch.
oh, is it?
Yeah.
But yeah, my cousins got me started on the Shinerbach down there, and I still drink it occasionally. It's just I can get it around here. It's just it's not quite as available as the Amberbach. I have to go out of my way to find it. But occasionally when I'm in someplace and I see it, I go, oh yeah, I'll take one of those. Give me a
Chicago
sip of
Center.
Okay, well I missed it. Where's Mr. Moon? I'm here. Rural world. I'm here.
I probably drink Shiner more than I do Bud Light anymore.
I don't drink Bud Light.
And I used to drink a lot of it. Drank Miller Lite until I got so sick on it I can't drink it anymore.
This is altitude 24/7.
Yeah, I got fours.
Hopefully he doesn't come up here any
because
higher, or he stays off to my
The
right.
factory's like literally an hour away from our house, so it's Colorado.
Holy guy.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of grew up with it, so I'm used to it at this point.
So, you guys are all around my same age as me, and you guys are kind of interested in the same stuff. Do you remember back in the 90s,
No.
like all of like the
Zima?
no, the wizard and the warlocks and the dragons stuff that you would find at like all the malls and stuff like that?
Oh, you mean
Oh,
the Dungeons
yeah.
and Dragons shit?
Yeah, but it was like stuff that you would put up. They were like, you know, knick-knacks,
All
you know,
the
figurines.
decorative stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, mm-hmm.
I have been looking everywhere for those because I'd love to get me a couple of them, and I cannot find them anywhere. The only ones I found are like 2 inches tall.
It's because everyone that enjoyed that stuff have either overdosed or eaten themselves into a coma. But
Wow,
Yeah,
way to generalize there, MoonDog.
Yeah, right.
Dog's
No.
a little bit racist today.
but no, I don't know. I haven't seen anything like that in ages. You can't even find the quote unquote sword and knife store in any of the malls or anything either, where they had all those decorative swords.
But I just remember
I
as a
forgot
kid
about
going.
those. I forgot all about the knife store in the mall.
Yeah.
You're
Still
right.
have one in ours.
Do you?
Yep.
We don't shoot. Yeah, man. I haven't been to
Of
mall.
course, I live in Texas. We're not pussified here.
Yeah.
But I just remember as a kid going into like those, you know, figurine stores, and everything was shining and sparkling, and everything looked so cool. But hell, back in the 80s and 90s, that shit cost like, you know, one nice one would cost like $100, which in now you know, money nowadays, that's like almost 300 or more.
Mm-hmm. Probably 300-400 for a nice ass sword.
Well, I was just out of curiosity. I was looking to see how much my computer back in 1983 would cost, and my computer now would have cost like $15,000 back in 1983. I was like, damn, that's some inflation right there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the interesting thing that I ran into with my son the last time I was over there helping him work on this place was he still has, and I'm glad that he does, he still has my uncut basketball card set from 92, the year after Shaq was drafted, which was 91. And he has that still framed and stuff. So it's like cool that he has that. But you can't find anything that's like that anymore.
Well, I still have all of my baseball cards from back in the 80s and 90s. And one day I was just going through them because I was going to give my son some. And I found a Barry Bonds rookie card, a Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card.
Okay, well that one might be still worth something. The Barry Bonds one, that's questionable.
What was the other one I found that I was surprised I had? Oh, I had a Greg Maddux rookie card.
That'd be worth something. Okay, and then how many people in the chat know who any of those guys are, other than Barry Bonds?
Barry Bondage?
Did you look on eBay for that stuff?
No, I haven't.
For your wizard stuff or whatever?
No, I haven't. I'm afraid to look at the prices up there.
You might be surprised.
I don't know. You go to eBay, look for something that's hard to find, and you might as well plan on paying double or triple.
Yeah, but some of that stuff that's just because you can't find it in a store now doesn't mean it's hard to find. If you know what I mean. Doesn't
Right.
mean that there's a limited supply of it. It's just not trendy anymore or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right. And for those of us who were alive back in the 80s and were into technology and stuff like that, that stuff was like some of the coolest shit you could find.
Hell, a Walkman was amazing. Or a CD player. A portable one. If you had a portable CD player and Heelys, you were like the coolest kid ever.
Heelys.
Hell,
Mm-hmm.
what are you talking about? Shit, I was no, that stuff didn't exist where I grew up. We didn't see all that damn Walkmans and CD players on the farm.
I remember my friend's mom's boyfriend. We used to go and hang out. I used to go hang out with my friend, and you know his mom would take us places. It was the epitome of the late '80s, early '90s. He had the panel van with the artwork on the outside.
Right.
No seats in back. It was just carpeting.
Carpeting up the sides also.
Yep, carpeting up the sides. Freaking
Nice.
speakers everywhere with like AC/DC blasting. Going to go see the very first Ninja Turtles movie,
Okay.
and then go hang out at the arcade and eat pizza.
Mm.
Any of you watching your Active Sky by any chance? I'm gonna pull this
I
over.
am a little bit.
Oh,
I
let's
see
not
some-
start.
Do you happen
see
to
some
look to
clouds.
our right? You see that guy named Shadow 459 in an Embraer?
Yeah.
That's Joe.
That's Joe.
Oh, I see. But he can't hop in and say hi to us. I see
yeah,
that as
no,
Joe.
yeah. That's Joe. Yeah. Well,
let's
he's
not
got to
talk
get.
He's
about
on the
the fact
ground.
that We're low again.
Is he on the ground?
No. Flight level 181, heading 018, ground speed 0.
Is he
crashed.
He's slewing or he crashed?
Mm.
Well, he better get in here. This flight was picked because he's the one that suggested it.
There he is.
Hello, Joe.
What do you know?
Hey,
Oh,
my flowers
Joe.
won't grow.
What was that, Joe?
My flowers won't grow.
Your flowers won't grow.
Oh,
No, Houston, I do not have the mumps. Apollo 13 reference there. Anyone catch that?
No,
Yes.
right over my head.
If it has to do with space, I've probably watched the movie.
I'm still waiting for Star Trek to go to Bodligo.
I'd say my favorite movie though was with was it? Shit, I can't remember the name, but it had Tommy Lee Jones.
Space
Men
Cowboy.
in Black.
No, not Men in Black.
Space Cowboys.
Space Cowboys. Thank you.
I said, yeah.
I got a buddy who says his favorite movie had some girl named Debbie in it.
She live in Dallas?
Yeah, I guess she moved to Des Moines and some other places too.
Okay.
She was quite active from what I heard.
Is there
I hear even to this day she's still quite popular.
is
Yeah,
there
I don't
storms
know.
on the active sky?
And no, just
I'm not
clouds.
picking up anything, just clouds.
Okay.
I think now she'd be no. It'd
So
be
Joe, are you taking
necrophilia.
off from somewhere down there on the ground, or
No, I'm
or-
just magically appearing. I think I'm now spawning in like in the north of Chicago area.
Okay, all right.
Why are you up there?
Oh, I had to pick somebody up out of O'Hara today. My cousin came back from Grenada.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
She's coming back from veterinary school down there. And I said I would be hero of the day and go pick her up. And yeah, well, I don't like traffic like that dealing with on a day like I'm having. I've been sick the past 3 days now.
We've been
You can
hanging
get
out
it
with
from me.
Draco.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Draco's passing them computer viruses.
I tell you what, this has been a head cold like I've been never had to deal with.
Just wait until it gets into your chest, and then all of a sudden your sinuses feel like your head. It's gonna make your head explode.
Oh my god, it's just been horrible. And
Literally,
then,
the only thing that helps is either just laying in bed and hoping for death and waiting for it to pass, or getting antibiotics.
yeah, well, I've been fighting the thought of even taking any form of medication. And then, you know, her flight, she nearly missed coming out of Miami because she's got like 4 laptops she went down there with. And customs damn near locked her into place.
Because she was coming back with them and such.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, somebody coming back from the Caribbean with 4 laptops raises a little bit of suspicion.
Well, she took one of them was just for watching YouTube videos on, and one was for parts, and then 2 were for school.
Well, that makes sense to me. I mean, I've got freaking 3 of them just for streaming, so you know that makes sense.
But do you have one for parts?
Actually, the one that's not set up probably could be used for parts, but I wouldn't want to because it would probably make it'd be like Frankenstein just trying to walk, you know.
I got a computer sitting under a table next to me right here that if I needed to, I could use in a pinch, but I would prefer not to because I think I got it in 2010, so it's like 7 years old, and it's got an old AMD 6-core processor, and it's just 6 cores. There's no like hyper threading or anything with it. And I think it's got like a GTX 260 graphics card or some shit like that in it.
Ah, lucky you. If this thing goes down, I'm done. No.
Well, the 2 that I have, well, I have the one that I was gaming on just recently, so I mean I can use that. I have the one before it that would be okay for Farm Sim 13, and I have the one in a pinch that if I really needed to, I could Google barf or something. But after that,
Well, luckily me, I still have my old 970 sitting in a box. So if something ever happens to this graphics card, I can, plug and play. Although, there's really nothing stopping me from taking that 970 and putting it in my old computer. I don't think it would bottleneck that 6-core.
You gonna mine some Bitcoin?
Hell, 1 Bitcoin's worth like $5,000.
yeah, but then you
And
gotta find someone to buy it.
There's online places that are like really reputable that will buy it and turn it into cash for you.
Okay.
Then she has like 8 suitcases that she's down there with. We're not talking, the standard luggage bag. I mean, we're talking probably like 80-pound
steam
suitcases.
Steamer trunks.
Christ, MoonDog, what the hell you got in your plane? You
Helium.
just shot past me like I'm standing still.
Well, I've got it set for what N1 is set for 84.8. That's got me at 322.
I'm sitting here and all of a sudden I just see you shoot right over top of me. With only 700 feet to spare.
That sounds about right, yeah. I was watching that. I was waiting for your alarms to go off. I passed Zig about the same way.
My traffic
Did?
never went off. It's because you're not really there to it.
Yeah, because you're not on it for me either. That's a shame.
I mean, the closest plane I have to me is off to my 10 of, more like 2 o'clock, about 18 miles out.
Yeah.
Should be having me descend here pretty soon.
What was flight plan? Yeah, it was PLL, and then top of descent was after that.
Yep.
Well, it seems like my stuff is smoothed out. Nope. Alright, I'm blaming YouTube for it refreshing as much as it is.
I've been dropping frames tonight too. It's been going from green to red and back to green.
I don't understand why it's doing that, because it's set up exact same setting where it was good for weeks. And now
That's
it's,
okay. YouTube's still telling me I'm offline. I don't know what, or not YouTube, Twitch. I don't know what the hell's up with Twitch.
Do you have it
I'm
restream
not
going
gonna-
to it?
Yeah.
I'm not going to comment because I don't want to jinx mine.
Yeah, it says 2 of 2. So it's streaming to both, but when I go over to Twitch, it says offline.
What says 2 of 2?
Restream. Hi, Andrew.
You have the
Hi, Draco.
you have the restream.
Yep.
Dashboard pulled up.
Yep, but Twitch says it's offline.
Refresh your view of it, because I've got you flying on Twitch.
Okay, there it is.
And I saw Zig was there live too. Zig's plane looks
Whoa.
familiar for some reason.
There's some serious turbulence I'm getting knocked around with.
Not going fast enough. Mine cut right through it.
See, we
What
have
cut
nice
through?
weather up in Wisconsin right now.
Yeah, it is 10:30 and we're still 40. Yeah, we're at 40 degrees.
So, I just got home and it's like 20, 30, 32 degrees out here right now.
Well, There's someone that I haven't seen in a while that jumped on playing a game.
Travis.
Travis.
He's playing Elder Scrolls.
I know.
What?
He got that, and he hasn't gotten his free time away from it at all. He's just been Skyrim. Before too long, he's going to have a dragon live in his backyard himself, too.
That would be pretty cool. I mean, think about how easy it'd be to start your barbecue if you had a dragon in your backyard.
No, don't tell Zig. He'd be all after that next, like, this
Yep.
spring.
This summer, when the basement's done, there's going to be a lot of smoking meat and making beer going on.
Yeah, because he has free time to game all freaking 24/7 on the weekend now. So instead of doing that, he's going to make beer and smoked meat and not share.
Well, the great thing is that he
Oh.
can put the meat on the smoker, start the beer, and then he can go play games because it takes care of itself.
Exactly. Now that I got the other rig set up for autopilot, you know, it'll be like back in the old days when I used to, before I met you guys and I played Farm Sim single player, I would get up Saturday morning, start farming, and set up course play on some giant fields and go about doing all kinds of stuff while course play was working. You know, check in on it every little bit.
Then that's not really playing. That's
Yeah, but it's getting work done.
well, yeah, well.
You know, I mean, course play can't do everything, but when, you know, you're playing on the Idaho map and you got ginormous fields to deal with.
I used to love setting up. I used to
cow.
I used to love setting up course play and between hired worker and course play and doing single player, I had a pretty smooth running farm.
Oh yeah, I did too with course play and like that. That's the way I used to play a lot.
I play on 4X maps. It's like you gotta have 4
Yeah. Like it, you know, single player. If you're playing on those big maps, it's a lot of management almost as much as it is playing. And there's certain things course play can't do. Or
playing on county line right now.
oh, are you? I haven't played on
I want soil mod in 17 so bad.
Acknowledge instructions.
Basically, already have it.
No, I'm talking like how it was in 15. I loved it in 15.
Oh, so you want unrealistic?
That was realistic. I mean,
No,
You
it's
had to-
not.
yeah, you had to manage your fertilizer. I mean, granted that how how quickly it degraded was a little unrealistic, but it's a hell of a lot better than, oh, you want to fertilize your field? Here, use this weeder that does absolutely nothing and drag it across your field. I mean,
Hey,
at least
I-
with
I-
soil mod
farmers I know-
15.
Had to put that much chemical on any field because it would have killed the product.
But at the same time, though, it was still more realistic than what you had than what we have right now.
Welcome to Flying with the Monkeys, while we talk about farming and everything else, which is standard.
Yeah, that's par for the course.
I mean, just, and I'm not complaining about with them, and I didn't mean for you guys to shut up. I was just making a comment. Unless
No,
you're
but I've
getting told that you have to start to descend, Draco.
That's what I'm working on.
Yeah. Ooh,
No, but
ILS
you haven't been
36.
around here.
They're having you flying to 3.6
Yes.
when you
Since
just
you've
come
been
in
up.
1.8.
I got my other computer, my office computer, set up with Flight Sim on it now, Draco. And like the last last weekend, Saturday and Sunday, or no, it was just actually on Saturday, I think, one of the days. I set up like the longest flights I could find for the Phenom, and was down there working on the basement with the plane on autopilot.
So,
soaking up some VA hours.
so Zig, you're my friend, so I have to tell you this. You have a problem.
What?
You have an addiction problem.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. Somebody made me buy this damn game.
Forced you to at gunpoint, right?
More or less. You guys made me feel bad. You're like, oh, well, Zig's on. We got to stop playing this game we're playing all the time because Zig's on. We got to go do something else now.
No, we did it just because you weren't around.
Right.
And we were just looking for something to do. Then when you're around, we went and did the things that we always used to do, which was Farm Sim and 7 Days to Die.
Mm-hmm.
To which now that poor game is being neglected.
Well, you guys haven't trucked in ages either.
I know that one's being neglected too. We need to get on a little better routine. Well, I'm good now that I'm okay now that I made first officer, so I can back off a little bit.
I'm nowhere near making that, and I don't think I ever will.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you will.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have time.
Well, we're going to be doing some of it on stream, so we'll be doing some VA flights, so you'll be able to get.
Just do what I did for one of my flights. Just let your flight go overnight.
Make sure there's enough fuel in it, though.
Yeah, make sure you're not going in like a 90 knot headwind in a 7.4.
Well, the Phenom's real stable, so what I did 2 4-hour flights in one day.
Well, I was trying to do one 17-hour flight in a 7.4 overnight.
So you sit down for 20 minutes and you get it up to cruising, and you walk away for, if you set it on the high efficiency, a 3-hour flight takes 4 hours. So my 3-hour flight that I was taking actually took 4 hours. The first one, I didn't set it on high efficiency actually, and I taxied in, and when I hit the gate, I had 20 pounds of fuel left.
Still did better than I did with that one where I landed up in the mountains with no fuel.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, at least it's better than what happened to me in my 7.4. Crashed in the ocean, like, I don't even know. It lawn darted in the ocean with no fuel and full passengers and cargo.
Are you trying to do what China did when they flew over here and crashed in, what was that, LAX?
But
No,
return
San
the
Francisco.
favor for them.
Oh, you mean with the tail strike? That was San Francisco.
Yeah, one of them airports over there. And then fire trucks running over a couple passengers on the runway.
I wish I would have discovered the VA sooner, because being able to go down there and log those hours actually gets me a little more excited to go work on the basement, because I feel like I'm like doing some serious multitasking.
Hell, if I was on the VA sooner, I'd probably be like a senior captain.
I'm excited to work on the basement on Saturday. Get another 8 hours in.
Let's see, Saturday, I'm missing the afternoon monkey show by having to get my dad's Christmas gift done. We're getting him, my son and I are getting him a flat screen TV and putting it up in his kitchen where he's been spending some time not feeling good. So we're doing that and mounting it on a wall.
This weekend I gotta go pick up a 50-inch plasma some guy's giving me for free.
Nice.
That is cool.
It doesn't it says it don't change channels, but heck, we'll put it on. I'll either put it up here as a computer monitor or put it out there on the cable box.
Wait a minute, 50-inch? Damn, he beat me.
Dog, I beat you in a lot more ways. What's up, BP?
What's up,
Oh,
fellas?
hey, BP.
Hey, BP.
What's going on?
It's
Well,
a
How
big-
you doing?
Good, good, good.
I was really enjoying my flight back from Boston to Heathrow, and my computer decided to shut down in the middle of approach. Yeah, so that was 5.5 hours of my life that I'll never see again.
That's painful.
You're just
Finally,
having all
some-
sorts of fun with computers this last week or so, haven't you?
Oh man, it's such a pain in the ass. And then I got to file a report about why I canceled my flight.
IRAP,
and everything
yeah.
else, so, yeah. Oh, well.
Finally found one of those crumblers that goes behind the big giant
They don't-
disc that the actual works.
They don't have any sort of like recovery option for that.
They do. The PMDG, because I'm flying a 777.
Oh, okay.
And it's,
yeah.
You can save a flight, but I don't ever trust that it's going to come back to the exact state
Yeah,
that it was in.
I got
you. Know
you.
what I mean? Because
Yeah,
there's so much
yeah.
going on.
Yep.
So I'll just do it again tomorrow, I guess. Whatever. If I feel good enough, we'll see. So back in the Phenom, huh, MoonDog?
Yeah. Yeah, well, little phenom outside action. There you go.
I landed a 737 for the first time the other night.
Which one?
500, 737 500.
The default one?
No.
No, the default's
it's a
the
free one.
800.
The 800, yeah.
That's what I'm flying right now.
We,
And I
PMDG. Just saying.
Yeah, well, there's money issues with having to do that, so you know
Oh,
they don't hand them out for free.
No, you got the thing about those planes is you got to fly them. You know what I mean? If you're paying for them, you got to fly them. I have the 737, and unfortunately in BA, the only place they fly them is down in South Africa on the Calm Air routes, and South Africa is a pain in the to fly.
No. Get out of there. Sorry. Hit the wrong button.
So still no VATSIM, huh, boys? Sorry, I haven't been on VATSIM much lately myself either. So
Yeah, well, actually, what you haven't been privy of, the internet guys that I deal with, and we'll throw out a quick Lightspeed Technologies for the Canton area, go to them because they also provide internet to the MAPS Museum, which is military avionics in the area, and they are providing stuff, and what they provide is, don't turn that, I want it to altitude, they have an ATC training set up, all the sims for it,
yeah.
and they're like saying, you need to go out there and check this out, because while I was working on getting testing done last week, my 15 minutes of 30 some viewers to watch me talking to the internet guys, they're like, go out there. So actually that's what is on this week's plan, is to go out there and just see what they have set up.
Cool.
And because I called in just before the stream and was complaining and checking out some stuff with Discord being choppy and this and that, the tech for the company, one of the main techs, is actually swinging by my place, checking out my streaming setup.
Oh, thank God.
Well, no. They're checking it out in the regard for using it as what they need to for as an example for companies and such for streaming, because they're getting into advertising and streaming in that regard. So I might be able to get some actual
Hi Ben, welcome to the stream.
in-house tech support and stuff like that from them too. So
Cool.
it's sort of like, in that regard, it's been a good couple of weeks.
You want some hardcore, like how to do it right, ATC? Get on Pilot Edge. They usually give you a week for free, right? Pilot Edge is professional air traffic controllers that are either doing it, you know, just as a hobby. Why, I don't know, or they're training to be air traffic controllers. And it is not VATSIM. It's not, you know, it's hardcore and it's intimidating. And they only do California, although they are moving east in a little while. And I did a flight from San Diego to Las Vegas, and I had Pilot Edge the whole way, and it was terrifying because this is true. You know, right now phraseology. It's 100% accurate, and they will tell you when you screw up. So, like, you know, in Europe you call for push and start, right? In America you don't. Well, you're so used to doing it that, you know, I just click my push to talk button, and I'm like, you know, American Airlines. I said Speedbird at first because I never fly anything but British Airways, but I was in American 737, and I was like, Speedbird, let's try that again. And of course, now I get a text message going, "Do you need a minute?" No, I'm good. I remember my call sign now, you know. And I called for push and start, and they're like, push and start approved, but we don't do that in America. Right? Sorry for that. No. It's cool though, because it's, you know, it's more immersive because it's a completely accurate situation. And now they just changed all the phraseology in Australia, and it's going to start moving around the country now. Now you're going to start hearing things like, you know, climb on the, you know, like say you're climbing out, right, on departure. You're going to start hearing, you know, climb on the SID instead of getting an altitude. So whatever the chart says, you know.
Oh, like climb and maintain via SID?
Yeah, well, it's not that. It's going to be climb via SID and then descend via star. Now, they can still give you intermediate altitudes, but so all the Australian VATSIM guys are starting to use it now. And I was listening in the other day, and it was funny because all the pilots are like, but I got to write this down. I can't remember. A lot of guys don't even look at charts. You know what I mean? It just go, and you know, now you're gonna have a chart in front of you. Oh, what star are you on? I don't know. It's not the answer they want to hear. So. It's fun though. I want to get back on VATSIM. I almost logged into VATSIM today. I'm glad I didn't because my flight got screwed anyway. But there's rarely, I mean, especially when you're doing transatlantic stuff, you're not gonna. Rarely is anybody doing Gander. Sometimes you get somebody in Shanwick, but to do position reports and stuff, unless you're doing across the ponds, unless VATSIM's having an event, there's not really too much ATC between, you know, Ireland and America anyway. But anyway.
No, thank you for filling the dead space while I'm setting up stuff while I'm landing here.
Yeah, well, I'm concentrating on what I'm doing.
All right,
You
I am
guys are
taking off from
final.
Milwaukee, and I'll be in Oshkosh momentarily.
Your stream keeps going on and off.
Yeah, well, they came out and they did an update to the actual server box. And since then, it's been like this, and they say everything is wonderfully fine.
Working as intended. Do they work for farms? Do they work for giants?
No.
Yeah.
Working as intended.
I mean,
Yeah. Fuck this stupid ass piece of shit autopilot.
Wow. What are you not flying, Draco?
Glide to
I'm about ready to put this fucking plane right in the goddamn water and just finish.
Jeez. Glad you're having fun, Draco. It's good to hear. I was doing a bit of ranting when I'm friggin' getting ready to turn onto the ILS, and all of a sudden, boop, I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. 5 hours and 35 minutes gone.
Well, I have more fun when everything works the way it's supposed to, instead of you set the course, you log on the course, and you lock on the glide slope, and it starts taking you 180 degrees away from where you're supposed to go.
Yeah, that's annoying. Are
Definitely.
you? Oh, see, I was going to ask a question, but you probably don't have it. I know sometimes, like descending, like because VNAV and LNAV, which you probably don't have in whatever plane you're flying on. But like you don't want to catch the localizer on VNAV because a lot of times it'll parallel it instead of putting you on it. But like you want to turn into it, you know what I mean? You want to start vectoring yourself in, 30 degrees to the right, and then turn back in once you catch it.
Well, the thing is that basically what it does, what the ATC does is it just gets you where you're flying almost like a 90 degrees to the runway, and then they go, oh, go ahead and turn in.
Right.
So then when you turn in and you set the course sometimes does not line up to the runway,
Yeah, there's a lot of displaced thresholds in FSX. Unfortunately, the AFCADs are a lot of the AFCADs are wrong. A lot of the ILSs are wrong. I use that World Nav Aids update, and it works pretty well. But you got to make sure you make runways afterwards, so that it can reprogram all the ILSs and get rid of all the displaced thresholds. Because offsets are fun, but there's only about 4 planes that'll fly them, and they don't work very well in FSX anyway. So. And it's a pain in the ass when you think you're on the ILS, or you think you're on, say you're coming in on an NDB or whatever, and you think you're on course, and then all of a sudden you realize you're 10 degrees to the left or the right of the runway. Like, well, that's fun. And then you just get pissed and you just dive. You just go to hell with it and plan it. I don't care.
Yeah, and that's actually got to be a monkey show credo. ILS doesn't line up, plan it.
Well, I mean, the thing is
that's too much farming. We just plant everything.
The funny thing is, right? Generally, like if you can see the runway, you can land, right? So you only really get the ILS to get you lined up, and then you configure, flaps down, gear, all that, blah blah blah, right? Get down to your approach speed, and then you fly it in. And if you can see the runway, and the PAPIs for the most part are pretty good. It's only in the PAPIs and the default stuff are all right. It's only in the add-on stuff the PAPIs can get weird because the AFCADs are wrong. I stopped looking at them about 300 feet from the altitude. I stop looking at them and just start looking at the end of the runway and go, all right, as long as I'm at 50 feet over the threshold, I know I'm all right.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, MoonDog. My mom might get to go home tomorrow if they don't.
Okay.
Let her do that 4 weeks of antibiotics at home.
Okay, well that's good. As long as you got her better.
Yeah, they're getting her there.
All right.
What runway are you guys landing on? 36.
The back one.
Yeah. The one in front of me. The one that's got the lights flashing and it's like drawing me down through it. Yeah.
Oh,
I landed on runway. Fuck it, just get it down.
Which is probably the taxiway or the access road next to the runway. Yeah. Well, landed it where the fuel truck parks.
All right.
You're fine. 2 reds, 2 whites. You good?
Yeah.
Please tell me you're flying.
500.
Well, I'm at 500 right now.
Okay.
I've been doing a lot more of letting it get me closer.
Well, yeah, get fully configured.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I usually go about 1,000 because that's SOP for British Airways.
Yeah.
Well, SOP
Yeah,
is you
Ben,
change.
Yeah, Ben, I
pilot.
was probably over speed, but for that altitude, but I'm not a real life pilot, and so most of the time,
200.
I'm lucky if I even hit the ground.
Well, you hit the ground quite a bit. Don't sell yourself short.
He hits the ground every time, but
100.
it's
Listen,
the
we've all
way.
planted them occasionally. I do it. I do it all the time, and I've landed, God, 150,000 times probably, and I plant them occasionally. Like I'm trying to get better. Like if you're not stable at 1,000 feet, go around, right? But you just get to the point where you're like, I don't want to go around, so to hell with it.
Or you have no fuel. You're only like. That's how I was for a VA flight. I only had 10 minutes of fuel when I was landing. I'm like, I'm not going around.
Wow.
Or if you've gone around for like the 12th time and the visibility still hasn't cleared up enough to where you can even think about seeing a runway, you're like, fuck it, it's somewhere down there.
Nice, MoonDog. Very nice. A little off the center line, but that's all right.
yeah. It's on the paved portion, right?
It's on the actual runway, so good job.
Yeah, next taxiway. It's up here somewhere.
Well, if you landed like I did, the next taxiway is at the very end of the runway.
Yeah.
No, you can maybe. I don't know. I've never been here, so.
Well, it's not hard to land decently. It's harder to land decently when when the simulator sometimes doesn't want you to land decently.
Yeah, I mean FSX is FSX, you know what I mean, and flight sim is flight sim, so they're all pretty much the same.
Yeah, they can be persnickety bitches at times.
Oh, absolutely. absolutely. The best thing is when you're coming in a Heathrow, you know, after being in a hold for half an hour because they're having an event, and there's so many planes in this, you know, in the area that you get an OOM just as you're about to touch down. It's like, oh, really? Thank you. Log off really quick, so your plane's not just sitting in the middle of the runway so everybody starts bitching.
Right. Well,
Now, see, I'd be the jackass who would just leave his plane sitting in the middle of the runway.
The thing is, because even though it's not working for you, other people can still see it because it's still got the last bit of data that it got. You know what I mean? It transmitted to VATSIM, so.
Yep. And that's me. If I can't have fun, nobody's having
Nobody
fun.
obviously leave it sideways in the middle of the runway. So.
so are we just going to pull up to where you're at and park there, Draco?
I'm over at general aviation parking.
Oh, I thought I passed you while I was.
Oh, you did. You passed me while you were landing. I was going back the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Mm.
On
I'll be there
apparently
in
a
8
apparently a
minutes.
closed runway because there was big X's on each end of the runway.
Yeah.
But I'm a rebel that way. I don't care about no X's.
Yeah, the X is when you don't go there. No entry.
I enter wherever I want to.
Well, that's really good.
Wow, it's got some nice ground effects.
Yeah.
I had to fly that more. I've had it for a long time. I just never flew it.
Hey, it doesn't do, 60 knots. It's got to be somewhat quick.
No,
Just
it's cool. It's a nice plane. I like it. I just don't. We don't fly. I just don't do much. Just fly it. You know what I mean? It's all VA stuff. So.
just look for taxiway P2.
E2. Okay. Yeah. No, I think I see. Yeah, you're off to my right here.
Was that taxiway FU? Was that what it was called?
Yeah, something like that.
So, BB, get this. I damn near punched my computer after playing Empyrean today.
Oh, jeez.
So I decided to go, do my own thing. I wanted to do a little exploring. So I went off to a different planet. Found a POI. I destroyed all the guns and everything. Landed my ship. I landed my ship. Went to get out of my ship. All of a sudden, it dropped me down 2 decks. Half my ship was stuck inside the planet. Then there was 2 loud explosions. Ship destroyed. I'm dead. I lost everything.
Sure. Yeah, that's happened to me, and not in because I haven't played it enough, but it's happened to me in Space Engineers where I've landed, gone up to an asteroid or whatever. The worst thing is when you leave, like, I had a mining ship, so I'm working these asteroids around, the sort of spawn base there, and I left it there, and I left the game. I come back, and it's just a crater with some bits floating. I'm like, well, that's nice.
That was after.
What's the ILS
Kev-
code for 36?
110.5.
Does anybody know what the course is?
004.
What?
004.
Well, yesterday, Kev, Roy, and I, we were kind of doing some scouting around and stuff, and we went to a planet in Stu's ship. Anyway, I logged out and I was on Stu's ship. I logged back in today. I'm floating in the in outer space,
Great.
nobody around, and then I get shot in the face by a cruiser.
I can't wait to log back in and see where I end up. Because I'm pretty sure I logged off in the base, like downstairs in the base.
That hasn't changed.
That hasn't changed.
We'll see. We'll see where I end up. Oh, so the new adventure pack for Planet Coaster. Holy shit, is it cool? I don't have it yet. I'm going to get it tomorrow, I think.
I haven't got it yet. I haven't gotten any of them.
Really
but
cool. Well,
I'm
most of them are.
I gotta throw up a update on where I'm at with everything on that because I am like, I've got so much stuff going on now, and it's like there's been so much change that no one would probably recognize it from even watching the last video.
Right?
So I will leave my viewers with
I think
watching Zig, and I will be right back.
Okay, I am 5 minutes out right now from the airport.
You're 5 minutes out. Where is Zig? Where's
On
Joe?
approach, on
Joe's
final.
landed. Joe, you have your GPU turned on?
I am parking. Actually, I am on the south side or north side of the airport.
Yeah, I jumped over to watch you, and you're actually still like taxiing over by E22, and you've got your GPU out, so must be a little disconnect there. Go find
Oh.
someone.
He's dragging the cart.
Andrew's in a 737.
That happened to me at GSX one time. I dragged the stairs and everything halfway down to the runway.
You're not supposed to drag the stairs down there, VP.
Well, no, especially when you everything's done and you're pushed back and they say departure clearance and all that, ground equipment clear, and I look out the window and I see the stairs are coming with me and I'm like, whatever.
What GE parking gate are you guys at?
If you land on 36, we're left side, so like you land, come back, and we're halfway down.
Close to the tower by like Papa 2.
Yeah, I think.
All right.
So I'm having a brain freeze. MoonDog, help me. What buttons do I push to get on approach here?
If you're on your
EDI.
no, come on, I've got to look, and I've got lights turned off real quick. The nav button, so it goes to VOR, and
yeah,
then
I did that already.
Then your AP, your approach button. You have your.
No, it's not work. It's not. Something's not right.
You have your course set in on
004. Yeah.
But you have your. I'm trying to think. You have the CDI on it.
I did this like 10 times in a row on my VA flights, and now I'm like having a brain freeze.
And you have your radio signal in.
It says lock AP. Something's missing. Something's missing.
LOC, your localizer.
See if it's gonna bring me around here, but I don't.
How far out are you? Still a little bit.
I wasn't completely straight on it.
Yeah,
Okay,
it
I'm
looks like
sorry
you're a little
about
bit. You're a little bit
All
past it. You gotta come back.
Ben,
And
do
line
we
up.
know how
You
to
should
do
be-
shared cockpit? BP, the voice you hear in the background, does know how to do shared cockpit. Me and MoonDog did it once.
Yeah, right.
Other than that, we don't. Most of us have, as far as I know, don't have a whole lot of experience with shared cockpit.
This would be one that we could do shared cockpit in, but it really wouldn't be necessary because
Not allowed to stream sharing cockpits, boys.
no.
Gotta say connected flight decks. The most offensive word on the face of the earth there.
It's wanting to pull me way off.
Yeah, just like it did me.
You can see the runway, right, Zig?
Yeah, I can see it, but
Fly towards it.
I know.
Say it is.
Well, BP, you know me. I'm fairly offensive as it is.
Yeah, you're pretty. Well, you know what I want to do? I want to do connected flight deck with Roy with the A320 or whatever. I think. Oh, I don't know. He doesn't have the 18s and 19s. I know he only has the 20 and the 21s, which is fine. And I want to do it with him because the Aerosoft shared flight deck works very well. So I'd like to do that. I'd be more than willing to because BA is going to start using this FS joint, so I need to learn how to use it. So, yeah, I mean, I'll take a ride in one of these pedal jobs with you guys.
Jude, yeah, I'm having some internet issues for some reason. It's lagging down through from OBS all the way down through. Bear with me. I'll have it fixed here shortly. I don't. IT guys have already said that it should be fine. So team composition. Well, we should actually do some. What am I looking for? Coordinated flight, where we're flying inline and acrobatics and all that, but we have the wrong planes for it.
Muda, can you put your view directly behind Zig's plane?
Yeah, I'm just doing that because I was looking at that myself.
I might be able to give him bit of a hand here. I can't tell exactly where he is from this view.
Is there
Yeah.
anyone who can show him how to do it? With Join FS, like I said, me and MoonDog have only done it once, and BP I don't think's ever used Join FS. So
No, I've never done it that way. I've only ever done it through in the plane. All right, Zig, so you're all right. So
Yeah, I'm fine. I'll be all right. I'm a little offline, but I'll come back around.
yeah, but
and-
you can. You're good now. Stay where you are, right? And you'll be able to side slip that in. That'll be all right.
And Zig, I'm coming in right behind you too,
Just don't dip your wings too much.
Like- 10 miles out from you.
2.5 degrees, my friend. Keep the yoke at 2.5 degrees and follow it right in.
I'm sitting here giving it rudder, trying to kick it back over.
You doing the
Yeah, but
same
see-
thing we do when we're watching someone else's stuff. Here, let me
Yeah.
move so I can see what's going on. And it's like, no, that doesn't work.
Like I'd keep that right where it is, and then just right over the threshold, a little left rudder, and you'll come right on the center line.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, Zig. I've landed 52,000 times.
Or just turn
No,
a
no,
little
no.
bit.
No, yaw, just rudder, just rudder. Don't keep it straight. Are you at your approach speed?
I'm a little fast. I'm
Okay.
okay.
All right. Well, you could probably idle your throttles over the threshold. Yeah. See, there you go. There you go, Zig. You got
I mean, look at that. He's gotten a whole lot better.
it. You got it. You don't want to use too much stick on the way in. You want to use the rudder. You know what I
That's
mean?
what she said.
Yeah. You're a little low, but that's okay. You're good.
I don't know. Maybe
Just
one
wait for
day
that
we'll do.
Just wait for that stream to catch up there.
Maybe one day we'll do a stream.
Oh,
of-
maybe you're a little high. No, you're all right. It's a small plane. You're good. Look at this.
Oh, we're good. But
he's
it's a little
good.
squirrely on the way in here. We'll be all right.
It's a long runway too.
Done. Very nice.
That wasn't my best one, but it'll work. We'll take
I mean,
it.
off the center line, but whatever.
Well, one day when we're more comfortable doing it, then we'll probably stream it and
We're
show
all
people how to
walking
do
away,
it.
so it's good.
Little spoilers. There you go. Little reversers. You might want to slow down a little bit. Taking it down a runway at 200 knots.
Well, I'm just
coming.
he's pulling the battery pack too. I'm just curious. Is it something going on with?
Yeah, that's weird. He is. I just noticed you're dragging it. No wonder you couldn't land it. You're dragging a GPU. That was good. Zig. Good job.
Well, I wanted to stay out of Andrew's way.
You're gonna
Oh,
want
no,
to
you're
turn to
good.
you're gonna want to turn to your left there, Zig.
Oh, is it left? I figured I had a
Yeah.
50-50 chance.
Yeah, you're good. I'm not even on the localizer yet. I'm still like 3 miles out, 4 miles out, somewhere around there.
Oh, okay.
So you're fine. You can take your sweet time.
Then go to taxiway P and follow it down.
I might have to go to taxiway P pretty soon too. Jesus.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
I'm on my second coffee. I was surprised
Yeah.
I could sit still to get that one down.
Oh, isn't that the worst? It's happened
Yeah.
to me so many times. I'll have a cup of coffee, on like descent or whatever, and then by the time I'm on finals, I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna piss in a chair.
So MoonDog tried to taxi with one engine. Couldn't figure out how come he kept turning.
I was
oh,
yawing
yeah.
left really bad because I started one up and I'm like, and then I'm still doing other stuff while I'm waiting, and then I do the push back and it's like I looked over and I saw it was in
hang on
the
left.
on position.
Are you at parking or are you at gates?
Parking. Hang a
Parking.
left.
VA.
Single engine taxis, FSX. Some planes do them good, some don't. It depends.
Well, if
Like,
I
you know-
kept it ruddered left, I could continue to taxi. But I'm like, what's wrong with my flight stick?
Hmm.
I'm thinking it was that. No, it was. I just didn't. I clicked it from off to
Thank you
on
for
and
this.
not to start.
Thank you for the sub, Ben.
Forgot to start the other engine. Pretty sure this little thing probably wouldn't single engine. I mean, it's a
No,
biz
To your left there, Zig.
That's taking me back the other way.
Well, don't ignore that.
ignore it.
We're parked over here.
Sweet, getting clear to land.
So we have now finished up our around the world. We've now done one flight of the suggested flights. We have a Fairbanks one to do.
And there's 1,000.
Please, anyone that has any comments that wants to see us do any, put it in the chat or put it in the video descriptions. Everyone is allowed to make a suggestion except for BP, because he will say something off the wall that I just don't want to do.
Well, I'm thinking that we get shared cockpit down and we stream on how to do that.
Okay.
You know what I think I'm going to do? I know what I'm going to get you guys for Christmas. You're all going to get a subscription to Navigraph so you can use some chat. So you don't have to use a stupid arrow thing to get back to the damn gate from the taxiway.
If anybody's watching, I'll try to butter the bread just for BP.
Hey, I have an opinion about greasing it. You know what I mean? Greasing it's great, except that it's completely unnecessary.
Okay, land it on the marks while greasing it.
There you go. Anything under 150 is just showing off.
Oh no, I'm at, let's see, 175 right now.
Did you see that? Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I put a 747 down on and Narita not the other night, last week, down at 270 something. Like, come on a PA. Hope you enjoyed your flight. Have a nice day. The local time here in Japan is X. Can't give a shit. Just get it down. It's a big plane. I needed all the runway to stop. Oh.
All right, and then this taxiway here, coming up, hangar right.
Yep, I see.
Roger that. Did you? I don't know if you. I know you guys don't play X-Plane, but I saw they have a little add-on for X-Plane.
Oh, it's so good. That perfect taxi or whatever, is that what it's called?
That little thing, that little window that shows up that gives you the airport map and all that. Oh,
that thing is fantastic. I wish we had that for other than X-Plane, because that is great.
Yeah.
That is probably the coolest add-on yet. Wow.
Now,
look at this.
The King Air will have all the runways marked on it. The Phenom with the G1000 does not.
Look at his derotation. Wow, that was sweet.
Yeah, Andrew, who that was, is a very skilled with these liners, and he should be, seeing how he's learning to be a pilot. So,
I mean, the only thing I would say about that as a training cap was that you did a little bit of a wheelie. That was a little bit of a slow derotation, but it was very nice. Very nice.
Yeah. Alright, landing lights coming off. Strobes off.
right, let's come back over here. Rotate this back.
So we got 3 Phenoms sitting here.
We have a 737 pulling in.
737
Where'd you
over
go,
there.
Joe? This is your airport. You're supposed to give us a tour here when we get done. Jose.
Well, let's see. I'm down.
He's over there
Where
working
you
on a
wanna go?
plane. Feels right at home. He just thought he'd pull an engine apart while he's waiting on us.
Andrew disappeared.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm just watching my replay, seeing if I hit my marks.
Yeah, you hit your marks.
Yeah, it looked pretty good to me.
Yeah. Now you're just showing off by watching it again. Oh, so.
A little long.
That usually you'll if you're trying to grease them, you'll float. You know, you'll float a little bit. I know I do. I'll just hold the yoke at like half a degree for that extra, 100 meters. It's like, now there we go. Now we touch down. Oh.
Well, if I was greasing it, I'd really just float it if I want to get on VA for flight wise, but I just want to put her down on the marks.
All right.
I'll take that.
So I brought us in. Who's taking us out?
Oh, you can go ahead and do it. You can remember everything.
I can remember everything.
Yeah.
All right.
Want me to do it? No, I'm just kidding.
You
out,
probably need
Yeah.
to practice, BP.
No. But I don't know what you guys did, so I can't. You know what I mean? All I'm gonna say is, hey, everybody, hope you enjoyed yourself. Make sure to check out the next stream, whatever day that is. There's a schedule right there in the chat to tell you when the next day is. Make sure you subscribe to all these guys. They're all fantastic. They're all they're not calling themselves the Monkey Show anymore, though. I'm upset about that. But okay.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are.
We are.
Yeah.
Oh.
The Monkey Show. Night shift.
Everything we say is the Monkey Show.
Night shift.
It's just night shift is the only thing that we've added on to it, and that's just because we can't get the rest of you guys on the right time schedule.
There hasn't been much of a monkey show lately anyway, because I haven't felt good enough to do anything. Oh,
But let's
close
do
your
this.
stream, MoonDog. Let me shut up.
No, you did fine. Anything else,
Ben-
Draco?
Ben, what details are you asking about? Well,
Alright.
hold on, waiting on a response. Check us out next Saturday. I think we're doing Saturday, right?
Yep.
I'm planning on it. Yep.
Bless you.
Okay. So check us out next Saturday night. Description of what we're going to be doing and where we're going to be going is going to be in Zig's Discord channel. So make sure you check that out in his channel description. Also, check out everybody else in the Monkey Show community. They're all linked to in our channels. And for those of you who don't catch us next time, have a happy holidays.
Absolutely. Thanks for stopping in, BP.
Hey,
Yeah.
you're very welcome. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
And don't forget, subscribe, link, check out Draco, Zigzag, and BP, and have a nice night.
See you, everybody.
See ya.
Later.
See you.